Try to figure the mysterious person, do this, do that. At least, like I said, I feel we have done still a pretty good process, but today would need to get a lot more stuff forward. For a certainty. On the other hand, of course, if I did this goddamn task with the person that I don't want to do the task as in ever, then maybe I could actually have my con. Which would be cool. To be honest, I'm not happy about the fact of how much time we've already spent of today. Feels like way too much. Way, way, way too much. Let's click it. Maybe it can give me some extra points. I would like to talk to her more too and figure out even more stuff, but let's talk to them.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
So, I talked to Clasley about the tape. And nothing, she stands by what she said. A fucking fucker. He stares at his bear for 2 seconds intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revenge Show. I gave you gold on that tape. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything and didn't change her mind, sadly. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band, isn't it, right, pair? She shackles his head in disbelief. He shakes his head in disbelief even. Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal. Yep, that's what I was feeling, that it is personal. So, what did she have to say then? Fine by her. This is what people are supposed to be like. Fucking whoop-de-doo. That's true. That could be too. She did kinda say that too, to be honest. If she could. It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny, Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. Not good, goddamn psycho whore. No good, goddamn psycho whore. Alright, he slams his giant fist on the doorframe. Oh, fucking write him then. I guess it's good, fucking. Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. Gain experience at least. Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. It's just perfect, just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this little man? Sure, could be, but I think this is personal for you. I think you had feelings for her. Glenn explodes with indignation. Everyone got feelings for each other. Where are you going with this? It's alright, Glenn. He rubs his temple. I just thought I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong. Yeah, I was fucked up, he smiles sympathetically. He wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him. I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit, he shakes his head. It's cool now. So, but yeah, I don't think this is true after all. It's clearly doesn't feel like it, at least. Even if we can't really know if what she's exactly telling us is the truth. She's definitely hiding a lot of things. This is true too, but I guess we don't need to go there. But this is true, so I don't know. But I'm like wondering, does this go in the same direction? Maybe it would, so be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? Do I? Yeah, sure. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? Wrap this up. I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember. He closes his notebook. I know you are tired. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the fool, four upstairs. Whore upstairs, even. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. He throws his beer can down. A lying scamming. We're done. This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah, there's silence in the room. Alan starts saying something, then thinks best not to. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the dock worker union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking, livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less corporate they will be. I would love to. Compromised skill set unknown. Understood why Titus is upset. Warned about tribunal. But my rhetoric is not good enough. How the heck would I try to do this? 17% chance. That's too much rhetorical stuff apparently. That's not good. I suck in rhetorics. Well, rhetorics nothing, bonuses nothing, non-bonuses, but yeah. My rhetoric, no. Why must my rhetoric suck so much? Wish I could somehow boost it. Well, there could be some trucks that could boost it, but I don't wanna use trucks. I don't wanna. I guess we can
again. What is it?
give it a chance. But otherwise, it is a white check, so we can at least retry it when I get more rhetoric. Wow, what the heck? I succeeded with 17% chance? Convince Titus. He's been manipulated. You should know by now Titus Harder will never falter. That's it then. Clay's goes. Look around. We're going home, Kim. Or one of his boys will. Yeah, let's go with that. That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim. Huh. The lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. The Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because... Now that's a... that's a good question. All because of some chic would be a good one. Or work for the wrong people too. Not this and not this. It's not about being a foreigner and it's not about liking killing, but it is because of a chic or because you work for the wrong people. I think chic even more so, because of some chic. Vince, it's involuntary. Bring it up one more time and you won't get to write that report. Yes, I understand, Elaine. That's your name, right? Elaine. You'll kill us. He scratches in his notebook. That's what they do in the wild north. Don't like the third one as much, so... They clap you from behind, string you up and go back to drinking. Oh, wasn't that? It wasn't, the fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't hit him, okay? That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the kill. We didn't hit him. It wasn't that. Officer will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Still yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. Yep. Yeah, turn to Agnus. Oh what, you're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... He takes a breath, wheezing. So they didn't even kill him then. He admitted it, right now. Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him. Fatty, the little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis, Titus roars, stand down or I'll beat your head in, Theo. He points to the old man. Take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. Near like a 31-year haircut. I've got this under control. The room was quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it at home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. He grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. It's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. She turns to him. I told you to just give her up. Yep, as in the girl upstairs. Most likely. Give her up. Give that girl up because we asked her even the question about... She knows more. She definitely knows more. She is part of this, certainly. Somehow, because we asked her if he enjoyed the moment of his death, and she's been so completely, like, calm about everything. I was suspicious about it, to some degree already before, but not that much, because it was like, okay, well, obviously she would be calm if it didn't happen. But... yeah, she can also be calm because of very different reasons. And she is excellent at manipulating people. Lucy, he turns to the fixer. Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Effort. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast, she walks off without looking back. What just happened between these two? Now that's a good question. You're in. He's all yours. Questions? Kim, we did it! I am sorry I made you guys fight. Me too. Because it's not like I wanted to do that. Yeah. I'm gonna do that a little bit later, I think, whispering. So you didn't kill him, he was already dead. He just nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it? We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see. Perception, easy. Now I have increased my perception just a teeny tiny bit. So there was a wound. You should try looking for it one more time before you send the body away. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They're in some shit. Did she kill him? Gob, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. He doesn't think she did, or at least he hopes she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Clasley came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it. Trucked up, even more than usual. Buck-eyed and corny, you know. Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead Hugo scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss, the rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. He points at him. You're still on the bench and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. What happened then? We went upstairs. Sure as day, the Merc was dead. He was dead upstairs. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking. He scratches his chin. Dirty sheets and balls everywhere. But that seems more like he would have been killed from the outside if there was a bullet hole on the window, but on the other hand, at what angle? As in, did it come from the inside? Was that something he did to make it more clear that there would have been a bullet there, or what's the case? Dispatched the window and the corpse we hanged. Footsteps, the 8 Hearty. Ah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. Right, now he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess. Right now he's just grateful about that. So if Klasler didn't kill him, why the cover-up? You may have noticed the girl's in some shit of her own. She told me some people were after her from Orange. She wouldn't say more. Yeah, she wouldn't. She's fucked if she shows up on police radar. These people, who are they? They're powerful. He looks out the window. Connected to moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder? Why would I? He shrugs. I guess we about all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Whisper to Kim. But as a last thing, so who killed the Merc then? Any leads? Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere, so that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them, either hers or his. Hers? You mean... I meant the people after Klasle. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her. I like that, the young guy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. And you had the ideas about his past too. I do. One of those mercenary parties of his could have done it. They got guns, draining years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenol. He pauses to think. Tell you what I'd do, check out the coast for vantage points, maybe consult with the ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do, if I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Clown dance. He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. Yep, not worrying about being, so to speak, the murderers, because they aren't. They never were. So whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers. In a manner of speaking. What do you mean? We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message. Who is she, this other girl? Do I know her? No, she shakes his head. You're not gonna be on the first name basis with this person. Okay. Where is she then? You're not getting to her, he says calmly. This person is affiliated with the Hardy Boys. It's Glashley you want to talk to. She's affiliated with the Hardys, so she's like a Hardy girl. I wouldn't go that far. She's just a woman who sometimes in our company, who sympathizes with Clash. Let's leave it at that. Yay, breakthrough. You know, actually, some of the guys have been talking and... No, my answer is no, Clan. He turns to you. We're Hardy Boys, and that's how it's gonna stay. Whisper to Kim. Kim, we did it. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. Yes. Thank you for this, dear Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand and thinks of something. Heck up, before you go. Suddenly the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspaper circles in whirling in racks in a warm column. He looks up. Glassley came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in now. She refused that protection, but... Still, after all this headache... But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Oh boy, let's see our thought of the Goldo Mama d'Aqua. Thought complete. Yes! Oh my god, I'm so happy to get +3 perception. No encyclopedia though, but +3 to perception, that's perfect. Maybe I can actually do some perception checks. It's not only your eardrums that register sound anymore. Your very skin has become an organ of hearing, looking for a whisper light and low. A god who's very, very silent. Nothing escapes you. A cockroach in the other room. A candy wrapper falling on dry grass. A trunk falling from the chair in a bar 20 meters away. In fact, you haven't heard the Goldo Mama d'Aqua, but you have discovered that you have amazing hearing. It must be the only part of you that alcohol hasn't drowned out. Keep listening. Amazing. I'm so happy I went ahead and got this one. So happy. I actually have perception 5. Which is pretty amazing, I gotta say. I definitely gotta go and check the goddamn body, but my god, all time going for these things now. Sure.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
Let's talk about the hanged man. Okay, why not? Let's do the whole thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time. No. Okay, I'm doing this investigation and it turns out he was shot and hanged. You think he was hanged as a cover-up to hide the shooting? Basically, yes. Okay, well, he corrects his blonde wig. His hair. He corrects his hair. Hey, why am I telling you this? I don't know. He gives you an odd look. Fine. I guess I told you a little bit. I do need to talk with Kim about this stuff too, but let's go back to the girl again and see what she has up in her sleeves, so to speak. That's good, right? To find out what she has in her sleeves. I wish a lot of things. But I really wish, like really, really, really wish that the window would be here. But the window was fixed, right? So there's no more bullet holes, but we can still try to look into this window that it was replaced. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Run your fingers across the surface of the glass. It is indeed new. Smooth as ice, there are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface, and this window was indeed recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. He adjusts his glasses. You know which window has not been recently replaced? What is this? Guilt now? The one I smashed in my room? Yes, that one. Goldwind is sleeping the right. In right now, it's just one floor below you, messing up your concentration here. Aww. Guilt. Whatever it is, it's messing with your concentration. Aww. Sucks. But that is an important information to know where the shot came from. But then that is a good reason to actually cross the river to the other side. And go check if we can see a good vantage point from there somewhere. If we can't, we can't. But if there is, it has to be somewhere over into that direction indeed, where we opened the bridge and we haven't been to. So much perception stuff now. Look, a handful of dried wildflowers. Cool.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come. So, the Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. She winces. For what it's worth, I'm sorry we're wasting your time. If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time? Because of the Hardys, I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet, out of the shit I'd gotten into. Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law? Always, authority, always. That's not a good enough a reason, though. You're right. There's more. More? You answer to the coalition government and, by extension, the moralitarian. She reaches for a new cigarette. The Elysium isn't the laptop of the moralitarian. You don't have to worry. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights the cigarette. I'm sure that's true. Is this part of why Orange is a bad memory for you? She nods. I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral intern. If I show up with your records, officer, they will find me. They will... What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. There's a winch and pained little smile. Well, then I fucked for nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Yay! What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in the Revon Shore or even in Orange. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company, the kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their lectures, 2 decades worth of accounting. He taps on his notebook. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was lost to a country-saving bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lurkscap conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. But she really destroyed them. She still feels it. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they are after me too, along with Luke Scott and their friends in the Yamai. She breathes out heavily. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that, though. In reality, you might be chased more, but I'm sure there are people that have done way worse. Sure, I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people too, not just seasuit. She shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt, she concludes. And that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. That can wait. Look into her eyes, there's more. What did you do? She looks down, then into your eyes. One of them killed themselves because of me. That's... Shake your head, not easy to deal with. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... She looks you with bleeding eyes. How do you do it? By not remembering a single goddamn thing, that's true. That would do the trick, yeah. She has almost devoured the cigarette she lit. She looks at it sadly. Around her, a drop in the atmospheric pressure. Not long from now it will get dark, and the air will start moving faster, circling the box she stands on. She's already in prison here for what happened, and she is prepared to never leave, even after his death. What happened here the night he died? We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together in bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay. She takes a deep breath. It was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window breaking me shatter and behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out. A moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death. He did. Clearly he did. He did enjoy the moment of his death. Just a feeling. But not necessarily in a way that we could have exactly known. But I was so rough back in the day, or originally when I thought that, yeah, he had raped someone. Well, I'm sure he might have done that, some way worse things in those other islands, but not exactly here anyways, right now and here. But living the life he did after all. But not doing it in here. But I really condemned him. And like, okay, well, you kind of deserve it. Sure. Yeah. But not that he might not still if we consider all his previous actions in other islands and so on and forth. But that's just... But I took it as a reality that he was still killed by the Hardy Boys. But now we know that was actually a complete lie. I wanted to believe this girl, but I didn't completely. I was a little bit suspicious, but it was very, very, very faint. I was like, yeah, she's probably telling still the truth. At least the main thing is true. And sure, the main thing is true that he didn't do anything bad, but as in to her. But oh well. But yeah, you were right. He did enjoy his moment of death. So my villain was right earlier. He was enjoying the moment of his death. Yes, but how did you know that? You know how. He just had a hunch. Detectives have those sometimes. Then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor there. She points through the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream. Then ran downstairs. As a long pause, she just stands there, her arms at her sides. Then she continues. I waited for the second shot to come for me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh. She looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you. So am I. She immediately proceeds to light another one. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:50. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. Then that should be 00:15. Not and 23. That's so confusing. That should be morning time. That's okay. He makes a note. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line plus other things. I was drinking. This doesn't fit with the testimony of Titus Hardy. He said she was higher than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh yeah. She tilts her head. I did one of his lines just to clear my head. Like after that, alright? That would make sense. Good thinking, clear your head. You should clear your head, get into his mindset. No electrochemistry, no. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up through the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. A lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. Run, woman, run past them and out into the street where it's dark and people move to the lorries at the intersection as far as you can. What are you talking about? Some other case, empathy? Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now? I already ran. I ran from the entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets. What happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. So Ruby is the girl that they mentioned about having the idea about hanging. She pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. But I'm partially still wondering that would someone in their group know that this was the plan, but none of them at least was straight involved, but who knows? Probably still not involved at all, but yeah, I just feel stupid of having believed the lies of the game, but on the other hand, that's the thing. There's a story to be followed, and the story originally was different than it is now. It's a good story then, when it changes. Before we continue, who is Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. The leader of what? Hardy Boys, she says as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy Boys was the leader. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need to take care of. She's the organizer. This Ruby in her phrasing is entrusted with great power. She trusts her, so do the others. Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I know these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know. Take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used the belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright. To mislead you, they were tampering with the body. They were indeed. Produce lividity matching a hanging. Yes. We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after that? Oops. Visual calculus couldn't picture this. Barely, but couldn't. About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood, you know what it does. She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet you. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lily in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. So that's something. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did. This Ruby, where is this Ruby now? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. We will need to take this question to the Hardy boys. So many questions. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Are you asking logic? Coming up with the theory, she said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs, she couldn't have heard the shot. That's what I was thinking about earlier, that like, the fact that they were all immediately ready to help us, or this Ruby at least, that she could have been expecting this to happen. And for her to come downstairs and need help is definitely plausible. It is ominous. You're already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Klaas. Yep, that is of course true. I'm still thinking too that need to know exactly about that bullet hole. Is there a vantage point? Would be lovely if we could check that mirror. Would be lovely if there would be any evidence in here inside, but there ain't. So when it happened, did you hear a gunshot? When he was shot? She thinks. I may have, I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot, indeed. That is a good point. Did you kill Lily? Oh, what? She gathers the last vestiges of her strength. Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this? There's a silence. The wind picks up. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that, but I would never hurt him. All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet drugs. That is of course true too. They did use a lot of drugs, so it can't be 100% certain that someone couldn't do something crazy. It could have been a desire murder, maybe an act of jealousy. Yeah, but then it would be Titus involved, I would assume, rather than she doing the killing, but he was a serviceman. He must have had a gun somewhere lying around close to her hand. That is definitely, of course, true, that there must have been a gun close by. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark. Good point, Volition. Drugs were an integral part of your relationship. Perhaps they contributed to its end. What does that mean? Do drugs make you aggressive? No, she shakes her head. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. Yeah, sure, but it doesn't always, like... Each person is different. Each person will be feeling differently. Like, for example, alcohol. Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Of course, depends also on the situation, but it's not the same for every single one and every single person. Would be easy to give medications to people or assign the right medicines for people as doctors do if it was that easy that, yeah, this medicine does this for exactly the same way for every single person. No one has different symptoms of anything, so yeah, easy. That's not how it works. I thought you reverential people would be more enlightened on this. She pauses. I'm sorry, officer, I understand. I'm under some stress here. I do understand that. He must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use that? I do think still that it's okay to ask all the questions. No, I specially asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. Okay. It would be okay, of course, if you did it in self-defense, but I doubt that's the case. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape, she says. I told you before, that wasn't what happened. I'm just making sure with questions. These eyes drive people loco. She simply shakes her head. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him, or it's just a bad feeling that they don't want to believe, to be honest, but I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. If I talked to them after it happened, no one has implicated me. Well, of course, because they like you. They all like you, anyways, and they don't want it to be true. But of course, some of them still think that it might be. Okay, I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss. Like what? She waves her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. So good the people after you have killed him? Most likely not then. At least according to all the info we have for now. That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the class break. And? I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette. So they wouldn't be heard. I've come to understand, however. This is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. It probably didn't, but you can't completely close it out. Or, I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here. She looks at the table. We can't go after a loose cap. Not yet. There are other saner leads. I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know is that you'll get nothing from there. Can understand that? So, why did you call the cops if you were hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes fast. Idiot? She's nothing of the sort. Ah, that's what you say, logic. But of course she is very good at manipulating. So you would have us believe, but you are not an idiot. You have to understand the people around here. No one was making the call and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off and that little fucker threw stones at him. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revanchol. Oh god, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? Volition can see that she didn't make the call. She did, of course. I kinda believe Volition on this. More so, but I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know yet. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. It makes you sweat. But Volition is the one who said you guys can't be trusted. I kinda trust Volition more. Who the freaking heck made the call? When was the window changed? Point to it. Last week, Agnus and Titus's brother, I think. His got tips. Took care of it. She takes a drag. You should have another look at the window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom inside? Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of corner of your eye. Alright, I think we're done here for now. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done yet? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. I don't think I would want to still go and take her into custody because that puts her, nonetheless, if we think that there's people after her, it does put her into a dangerous position, but as in people going after her, so probably better leave her here, in my opinion. No, that won't be necessary, just leave her alone, she's been through enough, she doesn't need this police brutality. I do kind of believe Volition more. She's a flight risk. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This guy won't budge. You have to mold the face up forcefully if you want to continue pushing her. Ooh. Drama legendary for the in God's name. Wake up. Manipulating your skill set. +3. +1. The love that did him in. +1. Lied about Lily enjoying that. +1. Lied about making the call. Has a lot of bonuses. Let's see, is there anything I can do otherwise? As you look back, you think, so love did do him in after all, I was right. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft blade. Turn to Glassly. Looks like love did him in after all. She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapors rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see. Inland Empire has to be awoken. That's what it is. Inland Empire is saying the truth of remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. Say nothing, let her answer. Yeah, she finally breaks the silence. I like to think he didn't love me, or that it was chemically induced and not real. Why? Easier that way. She takes a sip. Was it real? I don't know. She looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee. What are you still hiding, lady? Real as anything, says empathy. Alright. So, trauma. Trauma, buddy. Trauma is -1 right now. You were taking trauma away. Go away. You are not needed for this. We need some cool stuff to get our... I think it's fair enough to do this. Because, like, you need so many good rolls to do all of these things, so...
Hello, officer.
I think this
What
is
brings
fair.
you up here again?
I think this is fair enough. 92% chance. Whew, let's do this, I hope. Okay. Drama. Legendary. In God's name, wake up, Inland Empire. You've been silent way too long. Yes. Who? What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not the most fair and just at all. Or Drama to wake up. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisp. Drama finally woke up. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Definitely hasn't given the real name, that's for sure. Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. See? You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. I did. She takes a step forward. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 81002 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says. What time did you make the call? Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12. The lieutenant nods in your direction. It checks out. Your real name isn't Clash Leamandu. I agree. The lieutenant turns to her. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you. That is definitely true. Okay. Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a carrot around her neck. Okay, what? Okay, it's not. I knew it. Good, you can tell me the truth. You look your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commissaire. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name, so I lied. Like I lied before, like I did at LCSB, I have to lie all the time. She looks at her hands, her fingernails are chipped white. I'm so tired of it. What's the passport bullshit do? That passport you keep hidden? No, it's submerged in the plastic boil on the coast, in the reeds. It's just... doesn't say Class Leamandu, it says Anouk Meyer Smith. Falsified documents. Passport and visa, she nods. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name. Mayor Smith to hurt me. Why would they do that? I didn't show up to rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. She rushes to explain. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now. She fears an arrest right here now. This has been an awful turn of events for her. Where is this boyo? West of the Broadwalk in the reeds on the coast there. She points towards a clump of ruins on the western horizon. I put it in there where I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless. West of the Broadwalk in the reeds. We have to check this boy out. The lieutenant makes a note of it. Yes, sir, is. You're welcome to it. In the reeds northwest of here. Past the broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline. So, you're probably not even Miss Orange 37, are you? I am. Her smile quivers. They can never take my chasse and my scepter from me. Yes, they can. For lying. Tell me your real name. It's Katarzyna Alassine. Alassie. The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. I'll just call you Miss Orange Disco Dancer. I don't have to call her Katarzyna Alassine, but it's a good thing that you tell the truth. You can call me whatever you want. She smiles, too tired to laugh. Enough. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next. Turn to Lieutenant Kim. Why have you not arrested her yet? There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention. A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around. I don't feel bad about the idea of going and actually arresting her though, even if there would be lots of crowns for it. Yeah, I don't wanna, even though she might deserve it, but I still don't wanna. Let's change the subject for the time being then. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this. Let's go back to those lies you told. Lies, she repeats, then trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say. Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear. Like, I'm really considering this. I would like to know where it goes, but I don't know if I really would wanna be arresting her. Let's come back to this later. It's definitely interesting, however.
Yes?
Guess that's alright then, for the moment and time being. There's so much I wanna goddamn do. Too much stuff I wanna do. To be continued with Kira Rusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.